Welcome to another edition of Unregimented. I am Chris.
I am Rob.
And this is Aaron.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Sorry about that.
But we might have lost an episode too, huh?
Yeah, I was going to say there is.
Might have one for the archives. Lost episode coming up.
Yeah, there's a lost episode. It's sort of lost. We do have to physically retrieve it. We will just put, whenever we get it, we'll just edit it and put it up. A lot of things have happened since the last time we were all together. The website now exists.
Rocking and rolling.
ChristopherMedia.net. Everything Christopher Media for the moment is there.
Right, so Unregimented. Also us at The Weedsman.
The Weedsman podcast is there.
Yep.
You'll also find our friends. What was
The
that?
Metal Offensive is there.
Metalhead Offensive.
Yes, the Metalhead Offensive.
It's a great show.
Rob's favorite.
Their site's gone, and now they're with us. You can
Welcome them into the fold.
You can subscribe to all of our shows on the website. You can donate using the PayPal button, because it's starting to get a little expensive doing all this stuff, but it is what it is. It's a labor of love. But if you feel like throwing us, whatever, you can throw us a penny,
If you like what you're hearing, donate,
a couple
please.
bucks a month, $5 a month, whatever,
$1 a month. I know.
$1 a month?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be
Whatever. You can make it recur. You do whatever. Just if you have it in your heart.
Yep. If you enjoy this.
How about a penny a laugh?
Yeah.
We'll just see how
about
Oh, man, I laugh a lot.
or how about if you believe
No,
in,
not our lab. They wouldn't have to pay for our labs.
Oh, okay.
Our labs are free.
or how about if you believe in the independent spirit, so we can keep things like this go. I mean, there's hidden costs and all this stuff. We're doing this for free, and so if you feel the need, please donate using the PayPal button. Also, we are on iTunes. We are on Stitcher Radio. We also have new friends out of Rochester, New York.
That's right.
M&M Question Everything.
They're brand new. I haven't even heard them yet. I'm looking forward to checking that out.
It's kind of like this. They talk about everything. But you could check them out in all the same places you could check us out. Remember, everybody that we're talking about is on Facebook. We're working on Unregimented and the Weedsman podcast, but the Metalhead Offensive, M&M Question Everything. They are on Facebook. So is Christopher Media. You can search Christopher Media on Twitter. You can also follow at Unregimented Pod to follow this show specifically on Twitter. I believe that is officially, we have hoarded out everything that we have. What did I forget?
Asthmacore Studio.
Oh!
We don't come on.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
come
right.
on now.
We recorded here at Asthmacore Studios.
There's going to be a link for that. There's a podcast. We figured out at least going to be like live from Asthmacore or something. We were talking
That's
about
probably
that earlier today.
I like live from Asthmacore. I think look forward to a podcast coming from our studio music podcast. Probably live from Asthmacore.
Yeah, we will have bands actually playing live in studio, and not like everybody's like, oh, cool, you're gonna have somebody with an acoustic guitar singing. No, we're gonna have
Live band.
Yeah, we have another room that we can have the bands play live. It could come across as a live studio
It'll be
recording.
a session. Yeah, it'll be a live session in the studio.
Yeah, we
multi-track.
have those capabilities. We're going to interview the bands. We have half of an interview already in the can. It's bands getting everybody together is challenging. Plus, I went out of town for a long time. Hopefully, within the next month or couple months, we'll get that going too. And plus, too, we're in Detroit. So we're by a good music scene as far with all genres. We're by
There's a ton of
wealth
music
of
out there.
musicians in the area.
Aaron and I are musicians, so we spend a lot of time in the scene, in all genres too. So we'll have that pool to dip from for that too. And bands, hit us up. Give us a shout on Twitter. Drop us a line on the website.
Facebook.
Yeah, if you guys just want to come in and be on Unregimented or the Weedsman podcast, whatever. I mean, if the network too, we're looking for guests. So everybody do everything we say, please and thank you.
So
Sponsorship.
what is going on?
Lots of things.
Soccer.
Soccer.
Yeah,
what's going
we're gonna
on.
get right into. Let's get
Come
right
on,
into
it's everywhere.
this.
It's everywhere. Come on,
Football.
man.
Yeah, and
How can you deny the
fuck-
popularity of
It's out of
soccer?
control.
Real fucking
World
easy.
Cup soccer.
Real fucking easy. I'm just gonna
World
get
Cup.
Ooh.
The World Cup, yeah.
No,
wait,
that's-
we're in this, right?
Right.
How does that work? You
Well,
know,
I don't know.
we're in the world.
Exactly. Fucking exactly. This is
know
how
this
we are
group.
not.
I
in-
heard. I heard we won something. We won a match.
We beat Ghana.
We beat gonorrhea.
Been beating it for 18 years.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But anyway, you just perfectly proved my point. Everybody is pretending to like soccer right
do
now.
you watch soccer, Rob?
No, he doesn't. He's
I watch
watching
a
it
little
right
bit.
now.
I've watched.
You paid
matches
attention
before.
to
yeah,
it, though.
Yeah.
So
I have a general
so
knowledge.
you're soccer curious,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not an aficionado.
No, I don't know names. I don't know
Right.
teams.
Yeah. Name a person who plays soccer. I couldn't think of one except
No.
for Pele.
Yeah,
'cause
everyone
they
can
said
say
it
the same one.
on,
Pele.
Yeah,
from
Pele.
30 years
That's only because
ago.
I watch Simpsons.
Yeah.
I believe there's one called
Pele.
Messi.
Pele too.
Messi, I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know.
Name a Major League Soccer team. Name a Major League Soccer league.
I
Nobody
don't-
gets
they don't have
together
a
on
league.
Sunday.
Major League
It's not a league.
Soccer.
They isn't it a club?
What's the World Championship
I think
of
they have soccer
soccer?
club.
The World
Nobody
Cup,
nobody
right?
knows these. No, because it's
No?
should
I
be
don't
something that
know.
happens every year. Dude, you don't know a lot of things about sports. We determined
I-
this earlier.
Well, I mean, the World Cup doesn't happen that often. I mean, not every
What
year.
I don't know about sports could fill a stadium.
Yeah. Aaron talked about stepping out onto the court for baseball today.
Yep, that baseball court.
Well, how else
I
do you
wish
get-
I wish the mics would have been rolling when we were having that conversation. But we, as a country, I'm aware.
And how-
I'm not being
How
culture.
else do they face off unless they get to the court? When they
Now I know I'm being culture centric right now, and I know throughout the rest of the world, soccer is wildly popular. But I'm saying as a
hugely
country,
popular.
I'm saying as
Yeah.
a country right now, we are pretending to
rights
care
over that
about
stuff.
soccer, and we don't care about soccer because as soon as the World Cup is done,
We're so inundated.
tell
with
me
so
a
much
soccer. Tell me a
entertainment.
Major League Soccer team. Tell me
I
the
have
Major
no
League
idea.
of Soccer. Tell me the yearly World Championship of Soccer. Nobody in America can. There is not a
There's
viable
a
Major
select
League.
few. There's
All
a select
soccer
few.
league.
Yeah.
All I know is that nobody's beating America at anything, all right? That's why anybody's interested, in my opinion, is that they just want to make sure. Well, I don't care about soccer, but I want to make sure America's winning this. I
Right.
don't want to look like an idiot. We can
Right.
do anything.
Also marketing.
So you're saying it's another chance for ugly nationalism?
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm just.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Actually, that's a point I made. It's another excuse for people to go USA.
Yes.
USA.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier, and we were watching, I think, the Daily Show, and the commercials in between were for soccer, for the World Cup.
Oh, and they were hitting them hard.
Oh my
too.
God! Every
commercial
break, at least two of them. The funny thing is, none of these commercials featured anybody kicking a soccer ball or running around on a soccer field or wearing a jersey.
There was a soccer ball.
It was
kicked.
There was I didn't see her kick it. There was a golden soccer ball and a woman dressed like what's the festival they do down in Brazil?
Like a carnival.
Carnival, yeah,
showgirl.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Carnival showgirl, like very scantily dressed, like spinning around, shaking her ass and everything.
No
big
English
smiles.
in this commercial at
It was
all
like-
either.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
whole commercial
Just
is in
her
Spanish.
dancing and smiling and shaking her ass around a gold soccer ball, and then like the next commercial was 2 girls, and then the next commercial was 4 girls. Like
Damn.
it just kept multiplying.
How many girls will it take to get you interested in soccer?
But yeah.
Require 4.
But no shots of anybody, no action shots of anybody playing the sport
Because it's not that action.
because they don't exist. Exactly,
Right,
there are no
right.
action shots.
You know another reason why that soccer isn't big here? Because yesterday I'm heading to my car after work and I get a score update from ESPN. Final tie 0-0. You fucking kidding me? So how's that work? Who advances in this World Cup? It's a tournament, right?
It's worse than hockey.
No,
Right.
but how the fuck? Who advances now? And do both of those teams have to play again? Do they have to keep playing until one of them wins a game and they can advance? Is there a 0-0
So many questions.
loser
Yeah.
winner bracket?
Yeah. I don't know.
You know, we need it's to quote,
They sell books on soccer, I believe.
I was listening to Adam Carolla the other day, and he made the perfect point. We need a payoff in America. There's got to be a payoff. Playing, what do they last, 2-3 hours, maybe a couple hours? Playing a 2-hour game and probably playing a few periods of overtime to come to a 0-0 tie. I believe in that stadium going, what the fuck?
Yeah, 0-0 means everybody just wasted their time.
Yeah, we just sat here to be like, oh, nobody won, nobody lost. What the fuck is that? I'm out of here. Fuck you. I'm throwing my hot dog at you. I'm shoving my beer up your ass. And in
It's-
South America, they'll kill you.
Chances are they're just going to riot anyways at a soccer
Yeah.
match.
Right. So many people have died at soccer matches.
We're just now getting into it in America, you know.
Right.
Started in
come on.
San Francisco a couple of years ago.
Detroit has a soccer
Football
team.
games. No, I mean just killing people at sporting
Oh.
events.
But what was
Yeah.
that? Wasn't that a sporting event that somebody knocked down that drone at?
Yeah, the
You
LA
saw- you see
Kings.
the,
The Stanley Cup Finals.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see this?
No.
Oh, they had after the Stanley Cup Finals. It's fucking L.A., right? We
Good
know
job.
how they react to
Hey, good.
sports events.
Yep.
Good job.
Wow.
You said that correct.
I did. Yeah.
Stanley Cup. Good job.
Stanley Cup. Okay.
That's hockey, by the way.
So Stanley's Cup was given away to
Yeah. It was Lord Stanley's Cup.
But no, I heard Stanley was there. So Stanley gave his cup to the LA Kings, and everybody in LA went crazy. And there's a drone, those 4 propeller drones going over the crowd, and you see a couple objects fly up. I think it looks like somebody hit it with a T-shirt.
Yeah, a shirt and a water bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, but just enough to like snag one side of it and have it go all sideways.
Yep.
Yeah, and then it just crashed.
They threw that thing to the ground.
This is only the beginning of. I mean, there's going to be a rash of YouTube videos of people taking out drones or drones taking themselves out with this increased traffic. Like they have still no regulation on it as of yet, but that's coming.
I'm trying not to be that guy that says this, but I guess I'm going to be that guy that says this. It's we're starting with the machines, man.
Skynet.
It's the
Hey,
beginning.
the
Skynet.
World Cup started with the machine.
It's the beginning
and
of
a Manning machine.
it's the beginning of the.
Super suit.
Did you? Yeah.
It's how the Matrix began.
Well, have you guys actually seen pictures of this?
Yeah.
If you haven't, if you
No.
didn't know, like this actually wasn't as huge of a story as I would have thought.
Right.
It was buried under who's going to score 1 point. They actually started off the game. There was a kickoff, which I guess is tradition in this sport, like it is probably in a lot of them.
Right.
Or throwing
In baseball, they throw the
Right.
first pitch.
And it was done by a man who was paralyzed from the waist down, and they developed this exoskeleton to fit around his legs. So he's got robotic legs. Yeah, he's got robotic legs attached to his real legs on the outside of it, kind of. And all these wires go up to this huge backpack thing, and it's very, very cumbersome. But
Yeah.
it's all attached to. There's a fascinating part. Not that they just attached robot legs to some guy so that he could walk around. It is mind controlled. So
Right.
this is a singularity. This is. Yeah, this
Oh my
is.
goodness.
This is. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, robot man.
Using your brain to control robotics the same way you would use your brain to control your own legs.
Fucking the heads in the jar on Futurama.
Yeah. The kick wasn't too impressive.
No,
though.
it was
Did you see it?
horrible. It was so slow. But I mean, at least he kicked it. I mean, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, that robotic implement
Yeah, there was
controlled with his
somebody with the
brainwaves. That
remote.
wasn't impressive at all.
That was totally impressive.
That's
the
what
kick,
you just said.
the kick itself was unimpressive.
It was lackluster.
It was
Oh,
like
for the
that.
love of
It
God,
was like
you
a-
gotta start somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Calm the fuck down.
No, I was expecting him to come running out
Hey.
and volleying a ball,
He's doing things where he's kicking it to himself.
Yeah.
Don't even bother me.
Busts out a hacky sack.
Next time I see an android kick a ball, I want that thing to fly further than a man can kick a ball. All
Right.
right, that's progress.
Right.
Want him to pick
Wait.
out somebody in the stands and zero in on him and kick him right in the middle of the forehead.
But can you imagine, okay, so we have a hard enough time controlling athletes as it is now, determining who's on what drugs or whatever. This is enough scandal in many different sports. What happens when cybernetics come into this game? Like when you could possibly
Over.
Yeah, how do you
The record books are it's now gonna be like
Asterisks.
pre-robotic implements.
It'll
pre-singularity.
it'll kill all organized sports and everything will just be like
No, it'll
one
make 'em
giant
People
Better.
just die.
How would it make it better?
Football stadiums will get twice the size. Baseball stadiums will be 3 times the size.
Oh, God.
You think so?
Imagine a 200-yard football field,
but
Rob.
but it's all
It would be boring.
you can't.
Then you
can't
can
have
start
any-
incorporating firearms and artillery.
But you
Jesus.
can't have a flat playing field.
Wasn't there a video game on?
There was one on Nintendo where you were
What
a baseball
video game?
team and you could kill people with your robots. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like sports where
It
they
was
were like
called Base
robots.
Wars.
You could blow people up and shit.
Yeah, you could, equip your robots with like a Gatling gun or a fast fire ball for your pitcher, or shoot a ball
It's
faster.
like BattleBots and baseball combined.
Oh, okay,
Exactly.
okay.
It was for the Nintendo.
But yeah, make that shit for real. Oh man,
Football would be great.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. A 200-yard football field with landmines.
Now you're going too far with the landmines. I think
The other
players
team
themselves
coach
will
gets
take the leg
the other
off.
team's coach gets to sit behind a gun turret.
There you go. I'll go for that.
You got robot bodies. No more personal trainers. Mechanics.
Yep, this one needs oil.
You have teams of mechanics. They're just rebuilding you at halftime, soldering,
Need to
welding.
Put the new arm on the QB.
Oh, yeah. All you need is Tom Brady's brain. We'll just build the rest.
Oh, man. Just little
There you go.
globs.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have to like recruit. You just clone,
Right.
and then make them into cyborgs.
Damn.
That's it. You've heard it
It's only
here
robot
first.
sound
Yeah.
effect I
The
have
future
right
of sports,
Damn, that'd be crazy.
now. Sorry, I only have one robot sound effect right now.
apparently.
I think we could have figured that out.
Hey, you heard all the
But-
things I had to talk about. I was busy last week, this week, weeks before.
Other technology news that we've heard about is the 3D phone that Amazon wants everybody to buy.
Because it worked so well with the TV, let's try it with the phone now.
Right. I mean, this is a rumor, and I haven't seen any 3D phone ever. But why?
Entertainment.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, soul
I-
entertainment, video games.
Here's what I don't get about 3D anything.
Hey, porn.
Yeah.
I still don't get it.
Porn and games. That's all it's for.
It's never being 3-dimensional on a screen is never going to make me think that it's there.
Right.
So what are we trying to accomplish here?
I think it's
To
beating
me-
a dead horse.
If I watch like a movie, what brings me into the movie is good writing, good acting, good directing. That's what makes me feel like I'm experiencing the movie with the characters. It's really drawing me into it. Not thinking that they're actually flying out of the screen at me or that I'm living in the same environment they are. So what's the point? And why on such a small device too?
Pointless.
My son has the 3DS Nintendo thing.
How is
He
that?
doesn't even use the 3D functionality. He just turns it off all the time.
So
It
it's
just gives me a fucking headache.
so it's failed on televisions. It's failed on
Yeah, is
handheld game consoles. So bring it to the cell phone.
Right? Yeah. Why not?
It's another thing to get.
Wasted.
It's another thing to get idiots to spend money on. That's the real answer. It's
Yeah,
it's
pretty
we're,
much.
well, but we're in the culture where we're like, look, it has this, and most people won't even think about the practical use of it. They'll just go ooh, and
Right.
it's a competition to see how
It's
quickly
the guy has the 3D.
they can get the money out of their wallet before their neighbor.
the guys who have the 3D televisions right now have them because everybody knows that they spent more money on their television than you spent on yours.
And those guys are sitting around going, son of a bitch.
Yep. Who's got a bigger, better one?
So Amazon, so what?
Yeah. Big deal.
Not interested in that.
Your 3D.
Amazon's also popped up in the news because of their. Do you hear about them and Apple price fixing the price of ebooks? You know
I
about
did
that?
not hear about that.
This is radio, so
Right.
shaking your head doesn't suffice.
I'm learning.
No, I didn't hear about it till we were talking about it earlier today. I've been in a cocoon state for a while doing things, but that's I want to say shocking, but no, not really. Oh wow, two big giant companies conspiring together to make more money. I wish
Yeah.
I could say I was shocked,
Right.
but no.
It's
But
price fixing. I mean, it's a pretty major crime. But all the only reason they came up is in the news is because Apple's trying to delay the hearing to determine how much they're actually going to have to pay for their illegal price fixing activities.
probably a lot. Over how many? Well, ebooks. It's maybe 5 years, or did they talk about like this since the inception of ebooks?
They're saying, well, this happened. Now, this is book publishers, traditional book publishers, actually making physical books, not ebooks. And a similar settlement was $166 million that was paid out by 5 publishers. But who knows? I mean, this is a whole new age. It's going to be in the hundreds of millions, no doubt. But compared to what they paid for Beats, probably a drop in the bucket at the end of the day. And compared to here's the thing too, is like how rigged the system is. They've probably made way more than what they have to pay out for them setting the price of the books for doing the profits that they made off of price fixing. More than made up for the damage done at the back end. So why not take the risk?
Yeah,
You get caught. Nobody.
I could have paid for Beats for all we know.
Yeah, I mean, what is the risk for a company? They set up the meeting and hope they don't get caught, make a lot of money, and then if they do get caught, they get a slap on the wrist. Nobody really gets fired. They have to pay the fine. They have to pay some lawyers.
Settle for far less than what they made.
Yeah, exactly. So
Y'all gonna make me rich?
That's how they view it. and we just let it happen. You know, it's like a footnote. It's like, oh, really? That's our opportunity to kind of maybe stop things like this, and we just let it go by every day. Oh, okay,
Right.
whatever. Just keep our heads down. Turn the TV back on. I wonder who's on America's Got Talent tonight.
Yeah.
But as far as colluding in that manner or price fixing anything, how do you? The only recourse you have as
You
a
stop
citizen,
using their things if you want to show that you're
Sure.
truly outraged.
There you go.
You gotta hit these guys where they live. You gotta stop. That's why
Mm-hmm.
it's most people whenever they complain about something. Okay, so stop using what you're complaining
Right,
about.
you could say-
well, they should. Blah, blah. No. Stop using what you're complaining about. If
Right.
that's what if you really want to send a message, well, it's not gonna matter. Yes, if enough people all stop using what you're complaining about, what's what people talk about.
Oh, but then if I can't buy an iPad or a Kindle, then what options do I have?
Yeah, stop using what you're complaining about. That will get the point across.
No, I think at this point I'm actually willing to put my lack of money where my mouth is, and I don't think I will be buying any more Apple products because the more I hear about
Bought
it as a
any
company-
anyways.
That's true. I will not be receiving as gifts anymore any more Apple products. That's true. But eventually, if this iPad that I'm looking at does break, and it's been through hell and back from the looks of it, I probably will not buy another one. And outside of the fact that it's rather expensive for what it is, I'm not too keen on supporting the company and what I know about them.
Yeah, but you're still going to use Amazon.
I know. Actually, I'd try not. I was going to use it for that less than $10 adapter. That's true. But there's very few things that I use Amazon for, and I do try to avoid it. I'm not as passionate about Amazon. Is actually, while they do some clumsier things, they actually are a customer focused company, and actually a quite interesting company from marketing standpoints. I have hats off to Amazon more so than Apple. That's my opinion.
Yeah, we got to be careful.
Right.
Amazon may be helping us one day. Actually, our podcast is on iTunes.
Well, I had to figure out.
Hey, it did get approved because what was it? The first episode of Unregimented. Weren't you bagging on Apple? It got approved.
There's been plenty of stories of saying negative things about Apple that you can download from iTunes. You can't go around keeping people from talking bad about you, not when you're as big as Apple is.
Right.
True.
Speaking of talking bad about, have you guys heard about the right to be forgotten law that's passed overseas in England?
No.
You know about this? So
He leaned into that one.
Yeah.
Was that good enough?
Well, yeah, so they actually passed a law saying that any social media providers have to, or not even social media, it was actually Google or anything, any internet service provider or search engine or whatever, has to provide access for people to have information scrubbed from the internet about them. One example was used was like if you Google somebody, I've Googled old friends of mine and came up with their mugshot. If you live in England, I guess, you can have pictures removed from somebody else's site if somebody put something up without having to go through the process of like trying to sue them or contact them directly. You can just contact whoever is hosting that content and have them remove it. It's interesting. Yeah,
Your right to become a ghost.
Yeah. You
right.
can just tell people you don't want to be seen anymore and
I don't-
just take
but-
you out. I mean, that's crazy.
I like that right. I'm down to have that right.
Yeah, this has to be increasing the cost of everything though, right? I mean, you have to pay somebody. So it's somebody
To hit delete?
No, to research it and
But I mean, why not write into your programs with your having people sign up that when they choose to deactivate, like that's it. That's going
It's
to be
not-
it for this. Any traces of this account ever existing will be gone. Why not just build that into the coding?
it's not about them closing an account and the information going away. It's about like I take a picture of your daughter and put it on my page, and you don't want me to have a picture of your daughter on there because she's under 18, and so you now have the right to just go directly to Facebook and say, take that picture down. That's my daughter.
You don't have
right.
to ask the person that.
Oh
took the
no! Well,
photo.
then no. That's a completely different. Wow, that's boundary issues come into play there, man.
Right. So you're going to have certainly contests of like who's allowed to put what up. I'm sure that you're gonna.
But I mean, you own your image of you. I mean,
sure, but there might be a story that is not about you but mentions you. That it gets into where do you draw the line? Because the law is very, very vague. It just references like your image or name. So you now have the right in England, and if this takes off, it'll probably go worldwide, because once somebody like Google implements something, it's just easy for them to. It actually would be easier for them to probably handle this worldwide instead of a country by country basis. There's got to be at some point. There's going to be content that is your content. Like I made a video and you just happen to be in it. Now I'm supposed to remove my video because you just happened to like walk into a shot or something, or I'm supposed to alter my content because of that.
Or what about things with like, let's say like band photos? What if it's a stock photo of some? Well, I already know how you get around that. I already can answer my own question. But are people now going to go, hey, I'm in your stock photo. I don't want to be in your stock photo that was shot on stage. But I was thinking now, the people who published the photo, they probably just blur out the crowd.
Okay.
I'm torn on this.
This is from the Reuters article.
I'm personally torn on this because part of me says, yeah, you should have the right to control your own image and likeness. But the other part is you don't want to keep feeding that beast of everybody can tell everybody what to do. Because we're turning into that kind of society. So as I said, I'm torn on this.
Let me give you some examples from the article I read on Reuters here.
All of a sudden everybody is the arbiter of everything.
In France, a mother recently sought to remove photos of her scantily clad teenage daughter from a website. In Romania, I'm sorry, I thought this was just English. This is European. This is across all of Europe. Romania, a woman tried to curtail online access to records of her divorce. In Britain, a former politician wanted to delete Google links to a book he viewed as defamatory toward him. That last one I find to be the most interesting. So somebody wrote a book and said, whatever politician has his powdered wig up his butt, and you don't like that, so because it has your name mentioned, or it's about you, or maybe his name is even in the title, he now has the right to tell Google to remove links to it so that they don't come up with the correct hits when they try and search for this book. That seems like a complete lack of freedom of press or freedom of information.
Right.
Well, it's what country does it originate from?
Well, that was in Britain, but I'm just saying if this actually...
and based on our
I'm looking
Bill
at this
of
as
Rights,
a testing ground.
Yeah, we'd be able.
Right?
Yeah, we'd be able to stifle somebody's free speech. We'd be able to stifle somebody's freedom of the press. Hey, I don't like what you wrote. I want that.
I mean, to be clear, this is not happening. There's no American law that says anything close to this. If it happens over there and people get used to this controlling their image to that degree, then it's going to spread throughout the world. Everybody's going to want to have that type of control. But where do you draw the line?
Man,
Don't you? I mean, don't other people, especially if you're a public figure, don't they have the right to criticize you?
Yeah.
You're an elected politician. They're allowed to say whatever they want about you within reason. They're not allowed to, make threats against you on air or like call for your head, but they're allowed to call you whatever names, call you out on what you are or aren't doing. So the fact that you can stifle that type of language, that's the one that concerns me the most. Whereas everybody is like, well, yeah, absolutely. Your first instinct is that's great, right? That was my instinct. I think that was your first reaction is this is great. Now I don't have to worry about the things that might get out there. I feel like I have more control over that. Everyone would like the woman to be able to remove scantily clad pictures of her daughter on the internet because that makes sense.
Right.
When you open the door for everyone. And so who comes in at that door? Obviously the politician who wants to control his image, or anybody who wants to control their image to that minute degree.
Right.
That's a very slippery slope as far as controlling information.
Yeah, it'd be just opening up Pandora's box.
Absolutely.
People would be just pulling everything out. Like, Bill Clinton, get rid of the Monica Lewinsky thing. Boom. That would totally change up how his direction, career went.
But here's the thing. It's not going to change the fact that we saw it and read it.
That's true.
Right.
So big
That's-
fucking deal.
There's the other side of it is you can remove it from there, but somebody's already downloaded that picture.
Yeah, you could
You know?
take Monica.
Right.
You could take Bill Clinton can have everything related to Monica Lewinsky taken off of the internet.
Right.
We still know about it. I can't unlearn it.
Whereas
I know what happened.
removing links to an article or a book, that is actually can prevent somebody from getting information that might be useful to them.
And hey, lady,
Sure.
you know what? And hey, if somebody wanted those pictures of your scantily clad
if you were
daughter,
a better mother,
yeah,
she
well,
wouldn't be
first
taking
of
her
all,
clothes off.
Right.
first of all, what's your scantily clad daughter doing on the underage daughter doing on the internet? Second of
Romania.
but second of all,
Come on now.
doesn't matter. But second of all, if they want,
I've seen a lot of
if
Romanian porn. Sorry. Continue.
if they wanted their pictures of her underage, scantily clad teenage daughter,
Right.
they have them. You can take them down off
Yeah.
the internet, but they already saved. They already saved picture as
right.
onto their hard drive. It's like with this. We when the early stages of putting this together, we talked about should we have things available for download or shouldn't we? You made the point.
Right.
If somebody wants something bad enough, they're gonna get it. They'll hook another computer to another computer that has a sound card, and they'll record this onto that computer. No, if we have downloading enabled or not.
Right.
So I mean, it's
So upon analysis, this
You
law
can-
does nothing then,
yeah. I
Right.
mean, it's
right? You're not actually stopping anything like a rumor or a photo that you don't want to get out because it's getting out there anyway. And
It's like
the
deleting
things
a tweet or deleting a status update. It's already been out there. People already read it. It happened. Just proof of it existing is gone. The thoughts have already been put out there. The images have already been put out there.
I think-
People who want them have them. It's already been seen. It's already been read. It's already been processed in people's brains. You can't undo that.
I think they probably voted for this without thinking it through
Right.
completely. We'll see. We'll see what happens with this, though. This is interesting.
It's England. Fuck them. We left them fucking 500 years ago anyways. So we're all sitting here anyways. A bunch of people said, fuck you, we're out of here. This place blows. Now we're all
Well,
sitting here.
I wonder if we get something like that, a version of that type of law in America, maybe that would help us avoid the Secret Service because they are monitoring everybody's. They're monitoring social media
Yeah.
across the board.
Shocker.
Right. The article that this was on Geeks Are Sexy. The headline on it was Secret Service Stumped by Sarcasm, if you want to look it up. But the more interesting side of it is just how they are actually using programs to monitor and look for, they're looking for language, they're looking for certain keywords or phrases.
They've
What they put
openly
out-
admitted Twitter is one of the things they're looking through.
Yeah. So there was
Bet you hashtags were invented by the Secret
A-
Service so they could categorize everything we're talking about.
There's a procurement document that was spotted by the BBC, according to this article. According to this document, the agency is asking for a commercial firm to provide a social media software analytics tool. Want something to automate the process of monitoring social media posts and then putting together reports on patterns of activity. Twitter is the only service specifically mentioned in the brief. Now, the reason that they're looking to hire, it'd be fairly straightforward to write a program, I imagine, that would just look for keywords and alert you. It's like
Maybe
having
searching.
a Google alert,
Right.
for your email or something like that. But they're actually looking to obviously filter out any colloquialisms or phrases that people might use. They might just like, I'm going to fucking kill him. Like they're just talking about somebody that they're mad at. Filtering out, but they use sarcasm in here because I don't know what sarcasm seems weird. That's not something. I think they're actually using the wrong term here because sarcasm isn't something that
No,
you write.
the beginning of the
Right.
article says if you want to fool them, use sarcasm because they can't. The article saying is how they can't pick up on it because of how they're monitoring.
Right, but they're looking for ways around that. That's also part of it. They understand the holes in their system.
Everybody use a new hashtag I came
Yeah,
up
but
with today.
that doesn't make any
hashtag
sense.
fuck the government.
If you want to fool them, use sarcasm, but that would only fool them into monitoring you. So it doesn't really work out too well.
Right.
Who's fooling who?
Hashtag I have a bomb.
No.
No.
Hashtag everybody in the Secret Service has a small dick. See how many lists that gets you on. You're on like
Yeah.
every list ever. Guy talked
People
about
start
our
listening to this episode and they'll be doing that.
guy
on
talked
Twitter.
about our dicks. Fuck this guy.
Hashtag.
We're gonna blacklist him.
Secret Service small dick. Hashtag. Oh, man.
Hashtag I slept with the Secret Service's mom.
Well,
All of them.
All of them.
At once. One crazy Secret Service mom orgy.
what about fun stuff?
Yeah.
There's still fun stuff going on out there.
Yeah, we bummed everybody out right at the beginning there.
I've been
with
reading
serious-
Well, not
about.
really. We started talking about soccer.
I've been kind of on a tear watching a lot of comic book based movies. And, like we went and saw the X-Men movie, which I really enjoyed.
It was pretty good.
Did we talk about that, or maybe that? If we did, it was probably on the Lost podcast. But if you haven't seen the X-Men, you're at all a fan. It's definitely worth it. I thought
It was a pretty
Quicksilver was
decent movie.
especially well done. But there's a list of movies coming up that for the next 3 or 4 years. Is it going
Yeah,
4 years in
4
the
years.
future? Do you remember what some of them were that DC and Warner Brothers are doing?
Oh, you said that they were doing of course, the Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice. which is
That's going to be the next one, right?
right. Yep, that's the one coming up. And then after that, you said what? Wonder Woman? That'll be coming up. And the Flash and Green Arrow will have a
Who's
movie.
going to play Wonder Woman?
A Flash and Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
Flash and
Really?
Flash and Green Lantern.
Nobody cared in the Green Lantern when Ryan
No,
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. killed it.
Ryan Reynolds is not going to be the Green Lantern
Thank
again.
God.
Maybe it was the
Oh,
character.
Hopefully,
God.
Ryan Reynolds will never be any superhero ever again.
If we can only be so lucky.
That's what they said about Ben Affleck and Daredevil. Now
But they keep flirting
he's
with
to be
the-
putting on that bat leotard.
You know,
Ugh.
I don't blame Ben Affleck for that. But anyway, that's a whole nother
But
subject.
hey,
Right.
my initial question: who's playing Wonder Woman?
We don't know yet.
Oh, you said the one girl from Fast and Furious was going to be on there.
Yeah, what was her name? I don't remember. It was.
was
This
a-
is all rumors. So.
Right.
Well, okay. So, 2016's Batman versus Superman. 2006, July of 2016, Shazam.
Shazam!
Like the Shaquille O'Neal?
No.
I don't know. I don't know who still knows about Shazam. I was really
I know.
surprised to see that.
I know that's the Shaquille O'Neal movie. That's what I know.
Oh,
Wait, let me pause for a second. I'm getting pops, and I forgot to put my pop filter on. That's better.
put that.
Okay.
condom on.
So I
Gotta
I
cover
don't-
the tip.
I don't know that anybody still knows who Shazam is.
I
Nope.
mean,
Could you describe him?
Diehard.
Do you know what he looks like?
He's looks like Shaquille O'Neal. He's dressed like a
No,
genie.
no, not that one. Do you remember what Shazam looks like, Rob?
yeah, he's got a big lightning bolt on his chest. He has
Yeah,
a white
yeah.
and gold cape.
Yeah.
and
He's got the short cape
yeah
with the little like epaulets or something on it
Yeah.
or something like that, and he's got.
the button up where it comes across his chest. And it
You know what he
buttons
looks
down.
like? Superman.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like,
Well, I mean, it was a pretty unique superpower too. You know, how he
what the fact that
transformed.
he was a kid.
Yeah, I
So
thought that
the-
was pretty cool.
I don't know. We'll see how that one turns out. I do not have high hopes.
No.
I really have high hopes for the Sandman movie that's coming out Christmas
hope
of
that's
that
good.
year.
What?
That's
Who?
Sandman.
What?
Neil Gaiman, one
Like-
of the most widely read authors in the world currently
Metallica.
of
Enter Sandman.
has written movies, books, TV shows, and comic books. His Sandman movie's coming out in
Watchmen.
2016 finally. And if you're a fan at all, he wrote a really good book called American Gods, and they're doing a TV series of it. It's going to happen finally.
Wasn't the Sandman at the Apollo?
They've been talking about doing a movie of it, but couldn't figure out how to make the movie happen. So they're actually going for a long format TV show. It's going to be pretty amazing, I think. Then to continue the list of DC stuff into 2017 Justice League, which I'm sure will be amazing. Then the Wonder Woman movie, and these are just rumors.
That's the one I'm waiting
Flash
for.
and Green Lantern team up, which
I'm waiting for the Wonder Woman porno spoof. That's what
Oh,
I'm
boy.
waiting on.
Why are you waiting? You need some links or something?
No, just, you know.
What are you waiting? They're out there.
What are you
dude.
waiting for, man? Just go
No,
search it.
they're
Hey,
going
all
to.
you got to do is ask. I didn't
Yeah.
know you were into it.
Oh shit! I can hook
No,
you up with
they're-
that. Let me get you a couple things.
They're going to reboot or they're going to launch the franchise, and I want to see the porno knockoff of the relaunched
it's-
franchise.
It's out
Okay.
there.
It's new Wonder Woman porn. How
Then
about that?
finally, 2018 will bring us a sequel to Man of Steel, which Rob finally made me watch and was a fantastic movie. I don't know why I put off watching that for so long.
Such a good movie.
If anybody,
The porno will have the same name, by the way.
yeah, not much work to do on that one.
No,
Huh? Just might be gay themed.
Lex will be Lexi
Also,
Luthor.
Stargate reboot.
Stargate.
Did you ever watch Stargate?
Yeah.
I wish my eyes rolling made an audible sound.
I'm not too jazzed about that myself. We'll see.
Kurt Russell gonna be in it?
I don't know.
It's all
I
just
just
means-
just when you say Kurt Russell, I have to say to me that's his name, Kurt Russell, baby.
All you're reading over there is all I keep hearing in my headphones is rod of ideas, rod of ideas, rod of ideas.
I'm sorry
yeah.
that you're not a part of this part of this.
No, I'm just talking about
continuing-
Hollywood. I'm just talking about Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh.
Continuing the theme of
Oh, yeah.
no new ideas. Harrison Ford injured on the set of Episode 7.
Yep, when the doors got him.
Hydraulic door was
Chewie
broke
bit
his
him.
ankle.
He was too slow for the door.
Oh, he is.
Always wondered that in Star Trek, how many people were too
How
slow
old
for
is
the
he?
door.
How old was 71?
70s, yeah.
Come on, he does not.
He's
he does
getting
not.
he's
look
getting
it.
10% off his breakfast and his dinner.
Right.
You know, before 4 p.m.
He's still way more coherent than his character in Regarding Henry too.
That was
Remember
a
the
good
guy who
movie.
got shot in the head?
Yeah.
Somewhat.
That was a long shot.
Yeah, way to reference movie from 20 years ago everybody forgot about.
I happen to really enjoy that movie. That's one of my favorite movies as a kid. There's more. There's more on the list. Star Trek 3.
Oh, the new Star Treks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Have they had any? I haven't seen them.
2016.
I haven't seen any of them, so I could probably
saw-
be answering a question that, like, guys like you are going to be like, duh. Have any of the originals been in any of these reboots? Like, as far as, like, cameos or...
The Spock was, Leonard Nimoy was in the first one.
Right.
He plays,
Plays
because
himself.
they're playing younger versions of themselves in the reboot. So Spock plays, Spock. Leonard Nimoy
Nimoy.
plays Spock, and so does, what's his name? The guy who plays the new Spock. And so he meets his future self in the movie.
What about Billy Shatner?
Nope.
He hasn't been in it. He hasn't been in him yet.
Priceline.com.
No Shatman.
No.
Shatman.
How about they're saying 2016? There's going to be a bunch more sequels coming out. A 5th edition to the Bourne franchise. But I'm reading this on Bleeding Cool.
More
it
movies
says
I won't
they
see.
refer to it as Justin Lin's The Bourne Something of Boris. I don't know if that's a misprint or if that's the name. I just tried to look up to see what the name of the movie would be or which book it was based
Someone
off
wrote
of,
a
see if
post-it
there's a
note.
possible title.
Yeah.
That's all I can find is Something
Bourne of the
of Boris.
Somebody wrote something on a napkin, sent it to a publicist.
Yeah.
And now we're reading
It
it.
was like Bourne something Boris something, I don't know.
Somebody had,
Whatever. Just put whatever.
somebody had a couple glasses of wine with their agent. They smoked a joint after dinner.
Modern media, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're passing on the shit to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop 4.
No.
Any chance? Do you have any hope? What percentage hope do you have in your soul
just hope Charlie
that
Murphy's in
that movie will be funny?
Charlie Murphy should be in it. That would be funny.
No hope? Is it zero?
It's still going to
I've
have...
got about. I'm saying 5% from it. I have 5% reserved
Have
hope
Judge
that
Reinhold.
movie.
Yeah. Are we going to have Taggart and Rosewood?
Yeah, we're
Are
going
they
to
gonna be there?
Rosewood.
Is Axel going to be, like, on a caper with his son?
Also, a 3rd G.I. Joe movie and a 5th
Oh.
Transformers movie.
Oh my god.
Just more shit to pile on to the franchise.
More movies I'm not
I
going
did
to
not-
watch.
So tired.
I'm going to have to go see the new Transformers. They always seem to come out around my son's birthday. He's a huge fan, so I've seen all of them. G.I. Joe, not interested at all. I
No.
thought
I don't give a fuck. Part 6. I don't care. Part 12.
I want a new Lethal Weapon. That would be cool.
a new
Danny
Lethal
Glover.
Weapon.
No, that ain't
That'll
happening.
Never.
Danny Glover,
Ever.
Joe
Yeah.
Pesci.
Those guys ain't working together anymore, man.
Mel Gibson's going crazy.
They're already-
No, that's
He's in
what I'm
that
saying,
new
but
Expendables.
They got too old for that shit, Rob.
I think when Mel had his freakouts, I think that probably sealed the fate between him and Danny Glover ever
Right.
hanging out ever again.
Yeah.
Danny Glover's like, man,
And-
he can't keep his cool around his
But
bitches.
but they both went crazy in their own way. If you paid attention to anything Danny Glover's done lately,
No.
no, he's super activist, but in like a crazy way now. Some people disagree with me. Whatever. It's pretty blowhardy. Whereas Mel Gibson is just batshit crazy.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we're going to close it out by talking about something light. Racism.
what's been going on with the news about sports in general. I don't know, Aaron, have you heard about it at all? The wonderful
just what
racism.
you've told me. Wonderful racism.
Wonderful racism that's flowing in our world here.
I guess there's issue with there's been long-term controversy over the characters and logos and names that certain teams use.
For as long as I can remember, there's always been some sort of dispute over a logo or a name of a team. I mean,
So what is this? Why is this all coming to head now?
I think it's just, winds of change. I think, maybe it's a time for a change. People are fed up with the fact that it's a, derogatory name like the Redskins.
Yeah, and even
Reds,
the patent office went as far as to not renew the patent for their trademark for their logo, deeming it offensive.
Right, and anybody can make money off that logo now. Apparently, my boss was thinking about making a bunch of shirts.
the patent office.
It's because it's a trademark.
Right.
Right.
Trademark
So
the logo.
Patent office handles trademarks,
Got it.
and it's time for them.
I
to
guess I
renew
thought
it.
it would have it somehow have MLB like it was involved in putting the cap on this, but it was actually the government.
No, yeah,
It
the
was a government office that said, "Hey, this logo is offensive to people. You can't use it."
Right.
Correct.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yes,
I didn't know that's something that they did. I mean, it makes sense. Is there a law against using swastika? What if you? I mean,
Right.
yeah,
this is
I think that
ridiculous.
would be,
It's called the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Yes.
Well, I mean, if I put it in my logo for my company.
Yeah, with a really cool guy holding it or something.
No, it's a man running.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. No, not saying that I would, but I imagine. I mean, I wasn't aware that they controlled that the Copyright Office controlled things to that degree that they could actually say no, you can't use this because it's offensive.
Well, if you're going to officially
what's news
register
to me.
something as a trademark, I'm pretty sure it can't be offensive.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
yeah, but what if your trademark? What if your trademark's a dildo and it's because you manufacture and sell dildos?
Well, I'm sure there's like decency.
Never mind.
I mean,
I took the minutia of the story and went with it.
Like, I'm sure the Klan doesn't have a tax ID. I mean, that's what you're
well,
like.
I mean, people, they're saying, they're Native American people are being upset by all this stuff that's going on. You have the Atlanta Braves.
Well, they
the
should.
Cleveland
They
Indians.
feel disrespected.
Yeah.
They should. It's their culture. To me, it's,
Big picture, it's the least of what we've done to them. But,
Right.
but
Yeah. It's not like we didn't force them off their own land when we got here.
Oh, wait, we did. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
No, to me, that's like having like the Detroit N-words, and having
Right.
like, the Al Jolson caricature as your mascot. Like, that's.
well,
To me,
don't think that would work.
here's the difference.
But to me,
though.
that's the same thing. They might as well be doing that with Native Americans.
I'm not trying
Right.
to. I'm not trying to say that they should be able to keep the name. To me, I don't see the direct comparison because they went with the Redskins originally because it was Indians are tough.
Right.
Right? I mean,
Apache warriors.
they're warriors, yeah. They don't go with the name.
But it's a derogatory term.
It is derogatory.
Now,
Yes.
yeah.
But you can at least say that that it was done out of some respect
Right.
at the beginning. I mean, whereas at a derogatory term like in your example, there's no respect at all. Obviously, you wouldn't call a team that,
Right.
but
Hey, put an A at the end of it, it changes everything.
but
Right.
Be an NBA team.
Damn.
so they're going to be. You want to call them the Washington Redskins? Huh?
I don't know. Yeah.
The Redskins us.
Redskins us.
Where does that A go?
I'm on both sides of this because I agree that maybe there is a time for a change. Maybe names do need to change, logos need to change. People are obviously affected by this. I see the side where people are like, "Oh, there's tradition. It's been around forever." The purists of the sports, they go, "Oh man, they've always been called the Redskins. They've always been called the Indians. Why are we changing this now? That's stupid."
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the
I
other
really
side.
like Tigers, and their team's been giving them a bad name for decades.
Right.
Who's
Yeah.
going to stick up for the animals of the world?
Right.
Joke would have been more effective using a lion, at least around in these parts. But
Well, I
There you
mean,
go.
we just lost first place, so. Anyways.
So now are the lobbyists for Bears going to come out until the Chicago Bears? They got to
Right.
change your
The Giants, people that are big, they're going to be pissed.
people with gigantism. Like,
Yeah,
People
yeah,
who are
with like me. I hate it. San Francisco, lose the Giants.
Yeah, are prospectors going to from
49ers.
yeah, Prospector's gonna have their own lobby now.
So,
That's
so it was
disrespectful.
the Washington Redskins, though, right? Is that it? Are there any other left out there that could be deemed offensive?
Well,
I mean, you look
wait.
at the
the Cleveland Indians have their name isn't. Well, actually, Indians is too. If you really get because
well,
Indians is just not
No.
factually correct, but anyway.
right.
yeah, Indians live in India. But,
Right.
but I mean, it could be viewed as derogatory because they thought, well, we're in India. These are Indians. No, they're Native Americans.
But their logo is just a red face, you know.
It's Chief
Yeah,
Wahoo.
Chief
That's what it's
Wahoo,
called.
yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
haven't they eliminated it? Like, isn't that
No,
that
this
sounds-
is still on their uniforms. Their
Really?
main logo is still on
I
the
thought
uniforms.
Chief Wahoo
That seems
went away.
like the more offensive part to
Right.
me.
Or if they
Yes.
stop, and and everybody always thinks on, well, it's tradition. But lately
Right.
I've heard a lot of
Tradition.
people think, well,
Yeah.
that's the way it's always been. Well, you know
Come
what?
on, so's your Dixie flag. Come on.
Right.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
to me that the way
I still see that.
that's the way it's always been is not a good excuse to keep doing something.
Right.
No.
You
Need to
know?
grow
No,
as a
no,
human
no, no.
being.
Oh, we've just
Move on.
taught the ignorance and bred it through generations, so that makes it okay. No, it does not. People 50
one
years
bit.
ago, they were taught that black and white people use separate bathrooms.
No tradition is done for tradition's sake.
You know?
Tradition's done because you get something out of it. I mean, tradition is like the family gets together around the holidays. That's tradition because you get something out of that.
Right.
Just doing it because that's what we've always done, that's not a good reason at all.
Right.
We were telling people, black people have always used a different water fountain. It's the way it's always been.
Right.
Yeah, guess
That's
what?
not right.
Well, no, but I'm saying we don't say that anymore.
Right.
They were
Right.
saying that 50, 60 years ago. They're not anymore.
There's good traditions and bad traditions.
Right.
It's not by definition, tradition by definition is not good.
Something's got to change.
But you're going to have people around Cleveland, well, that's Chief Wahoo, man. I grew up with him. So what?
Right.
So what?
But that'll be that
In the
older
grand scheme of-
generation.
and in the grand scheme of things, too, what are we talking about? We're talking about the names of sports teams. The name of your team had to change.
Well, the teams are the
Ooh.
teams are complaining because they don't want to have to pay all the money to replace all the stuff that's out there, all the advertising, the marketing.
Big deal.
I know,
And you
it's
know
not
me,
a big deal,
and you
but
know
that's
me.
what they're belly aching about.
And I'm a sports guy, and I like it too. But you're gonna have people that complain, well, I gotta buy all new
Come
shit.
on, it's going to be
Right.
done on the
Oh.
backs of the fans.
right.
So it means your
So you
ticket
have
price
to-
might go up a
Yeah,
little
just
bit.
hike the price up. Yep.
So you have to buy.
That's how you fix
What-
it.
Yeah.
You have to buy a new jersey and a new hat. Big deal. Ooh. I mean, think about it. All the money you spend on pointless merchandise, you have to buy new merchandise.
Right.
Big,
Sports fans are crazy.
big
They
deal.
get angry
And
about
I'm a sports
everything.
fan, but in the grand scheme of things, really,
Right, but you have a brain. There's a lot of sports fans out there that don't have
And
a
at the end of
brain.
the day, that stuff doesn't go away, the old stuff. The price just gets jacked up and it goes on eBay.
Yeah.
Now you're collectible.
Yep.
Now you're
Yeah.
out of print.
Now you can put
Right,
your old
exactly.
racist sports apparel up for bid.
That's why I
on
bought
eBay.
this hat. I've got that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on eBay
Yeah.
as soon as they pull the logo. $42 hat.
There you go.
Go get some
There's
old
the gimmick.
racist team name on my back.
Find me on eBay, folks.
Oh man, speaking of gimmicks, the hipsters are going crazy for the new Jack White album. Have you heard about this one, Rob?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard about some funny record.
I don't know how much you know about what you can do,
So annoyingly
like the
hipster.
tricks that you can do with a record.
I don't know.
But Jack White's doing all of them. He's pulling out all the stops on this one. He's doing every trick that I know of you can do with a piece of vinyl. Most of them aren't even practical. Let's just go down
Like
the
what?
list.
On a record player
Okay,
that only
here's-
he owns.
Here's the list of features. No. It doesn't have to. Any record
Why do
player
you
will
keep
play it.
saying
This is so annoyingly hipster. This is so annoyingly hipster.
So here's the list: 180 gram vinyl. That's high quality vinyl. That's
Okay.
great. 2 vinyl only hidden tracks beneath the center labels. So literally underneath the label, that the printed label that they adhesed over top of it, there's a
Right.
groove under there that has an audio track.
Why would you
Right.
want to destroy the label?
I don't know. That's what you either like peel it off and listen to the track clearly, or you listen to it. You can actually hear it through the label.
Oh, wow.
Like they showed it on the video, but we listened to it. It's really scratchy. It sounds like really poor quality. You can barely make out anything on there.
Okay.
And it's probably fucking up your record needle too, by the way. So
Thanks, Jack White.
Yeah, what did you say? Annoyingly wasteful?
Yeah.
What was your comment about it? Like, he can afford
That's
Oh, yeah, yeah.
to plow through needles like
that's
that.
great for him, yeah, because he probably has a stash of needles for his vintage turntable,
Shoebox full.
right? Where everybody else is like trying to make the one that they have last because they don't know where they can find
Yeah.
another one.
He has one with a fucking stick shift on it. It's a variable speed turntable
That
that
is pretty ass.
Yeah, it can shift. It shows it in the video. It can shift
Oh,
between
nice.
33, 45,
I haven't
and
seen the video. I'll
And
have to check
78,
that
yeah,
out.
but it looks like a little gear shifter. Okay, so a third point on there. One hidden track that plays at 78 RPM, one plays at 45, making this a 3-speed record. So I guess you got to know which tracks and like shift the speed accordingly. And hopefully your
Okay.
record player even plays 78s. Not all of them do anymore.
Why?
Because you can. Side A plays from the inside out. Fuck it. Make side A play from the inside out.
Right. Okay.
Dual groove technology.
A record he can sell to himself and play on the record player that only he owns.
2 intros for the same record, right? You have 2 grooves that are parallel to each other and then converge at a certain point in the song. So he has an acoustic intro and an electric intro, he says. Matte finish on side B, giving it the appearance of an unplayed 78 RPM. Now you're just sucking your own dick.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is so annoying.
Yeah,
Why?
that's pretty annoying.
We're only halfway through the list, too.
Exactly.
Oh my
Let's
God.
just barrel through the rest of this real quick. Both sides end with locked grooves, so you can actually have it end in a loop that will just continuously go at the end of it because it's spaced at the right point on the record, so it'll loop back on itself.
Oh, wow.
Right. Vinyl pressed and seldom used flat edge format. Instead of the pressed format, they chop off the edge. Dead wax area on side A contains hand etched hologram by
Holla,
Tristan
holla.
Duke of Infinity Light Science, the first of its kind on a vinyl record. I saw it on the video. There's 2 angels on either side
Okay.
of the dead space between the label and the grooves.
What are they doing?
They spin around.
Oh,
A
wow.
little hologram that as the record moves, they spin around in a circle.
Cool. It is
I'm
what
telling
it
you,
is, right?
It made the song sound amazing.
Imagine.
Absolutely. Okay, here's where
This is so dumb.
here's where he sucked his own dick so hard he collapsed into his own asshole.
Wow. Oh, no. Oh, God.
Absolutely zero compression used during recording, mixing, and mastering.
Oh, my God.
You know
So,
what knows
like-
what that means? Jack White and Aaron. That's who knows what that means.
Yeah.
Oh well, you know what? I'm throwing down the gauntlet and saying, oh yeah, Jack. So you didn't use any distortion pedals or compression. Distortion is compression,
Dude.
If you don't know, just so
Let Aaron make his joke for his audience of himself.
yeah, for that very limited audience. Yeah, basically, he's what he's saying there is he is more of a purist than anybody else is. And you know what? Okay, I'm making fun of. The fact is, I kind of think he's a nice guy. I don't know him. I met him once. He's very pleasant.
Yeah, I met him
But-
once, too.
Sure, he's a wonderful person.
Really
I'd invite
into
him over and
really into
have
what
a
he's
beer
doing
with him.
here.
But dude,
Okay.
you're being so annoying.
Different running order from the CD, and
Someone must have just
there's
turned
some
40.
different mixes.
Look, I'm still
Right.
young and hip.
Yeah. So that's it for the list of interesting
All right.
points on this record. That Rob, are you gonna go get it?
Hell yeah.
Do you own a record player?
Yes, I do.
Do you own Jack White's?
I don't. I actually don't own a record player.
It's old. It might play.
You don't own the magical record player that can play this super magical record?
I don't know. I'd have to look at it.
Well, let's wrap it up.
Yep, cut it.
We've yammered on enough tonight,
the
guys.
Fruit out of here.
Well, just remember, ChristopherMedia.net.
Yeah.
It's the new home for everything Christopher
it out.
Media.
And look for us to come out every Monday for Unregimented, right? You can find us on ChristopherMedia.net every Monday.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
Fresh content.
yes, iTunes, Stitcher, make sure
Facebook, Twitter.
yes, make sure you're donating using the PayPal button on the website, please.
Check out the Weedsman.
Yes, the Weedman
Yep,
podcast.
Weedman's podcast.
We're recording one of those couple days here.
Podcast.
We knew one of those up. The Metalhead Offensive, Eminem Question Everything. Check out those guys. Listen to them. Hit us up. Any feedback at all? If you got any ideas for topics, if you want feedback on
You got an
anything,
opinion or what?
Anything.
at
what we have?
at Unregimented Pod on Twitter. That should do it. We will catch you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
For the ones who know that a little late is always too late. And that the clock doesn't stop just because you're missing a part. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. And our Keep Stock inventory management solutions help ensure you have the right stuff in the right place at exactly the right time. Visit Grainger.com/keepstock to learn more. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.